One thing that ideally you don't want to see when you're cleaning up the center spine of the floor pan for new pans is somebody that hacked into it for some random reason. Yep. So, in clearing all this off, obviously, revealed a bit of metal. And that, just, what is happening? I'm assuming something happened with the heater controls or the e-brake, maybe. But yeah, give it a clean, I think. I'm going to use some brake clean and some a Scotch-Brite pad. See how we go. I couldn't understand why the sound deadening came off this area in a completely different way, and it's because it's newer and stickier. I'm going to say this is gas welded by somebody who's 1,000,000 years old. That looks like gas welding. How crazy is that? What went wrong, and what was going through the person's head when they looked back at that after finishing and going, oh yeah, nailed it. Wow. I have just been informed by Amazon that my 17mm isn't going to be here by between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. It's going to be 3 p.m. So that means I'm probably going to have to go and get the tool because I want to get those legs off and strip it, to try and do my experiment. Okay, everything has gone relatively smoothly. There hasn't been too much dumb flockery by me. Usually in my stripping of vehicles, I'll be like, I'll never need that. I won't label that, or I won't put it back, or I'll chop it off. Now, because I'm going to be obviously putting a lot of this stuff back, I've tried to be disciplined. Anyway, everything's off. Steering box is still on. I want that, I assume, for location. I've just left it. And yeah. How heavy are beams? I have no idea how heavy this is going to be. Definitely heavy enough. Wow, front beams, surprisingly heavy. Okay, we've been making good progress. I chopped the seat rail out so I could take some measurements from that center spine to see where these holes are. And I also de-schmutzed it, cleaned it, took the paint off so I can write some measurements, see if I can get position of the hole to the spine and then distance. So that underneath, as in that, is very different from that underneath, which is a lot more, well, there's a lot more of it. This is good. As far as I can tell, these are good. So everybody said leave these in place because these will give you a position. So they're going to stay on both sides. So right now I have to de-spot this to get this back rail off. Having not done this before, I'm just trying to obviously take my time and figure out all the stuff that I'm gonna make a mistake on eventually. So I've just laid this on top. We've taken the back piece off, and then that's the bit that's bigger on the jacking point. So it's up round there. Now it's got a weld there, and it's not up tight there, and obviously it's got a seam there for the Napoleon's hat, but the holes are relatively good. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get, it's not a right angle, it's just going to be that kind of butted up against the spine of the floor pan straight out, and then I'm going to make a line where the back of the hole is for like 2 or 3 distances. I'm going to write on there for all of them and then see if I can do a position for these back ones as well, with just a line on there. So, trying to make sense of what I was saying, even though this isn't a straight edge, you can still tell when it's flat against the actual spine itself. So if I do that, and then have it at the back of the hole, so that gets a forward to back position for the holes. Oh, this is inches. I can't do inches. Oh, I'll never fuck. So to inside edge is 15. What is an eighth? No, what's a 16th? Over 3/4. An eighth over 3/4 is 7/8, isn't it? $15 and 7/8. So I slow down, but if we need to do any metal work here, we can always just clear it and write it further up. So this is 17 1/4. So I'm ready to chop this out now, to be honest with you. Ooh, look at that. How interesting. Okay. There we go. Done. Not quite that easy. You can see the extra bits on there, obviously. I think I'm going to have to chop it and then re-weld it on, because I wriggled out this part that was attached to this floor pan, and there's no way for me to wriggle that on top of that and underneath that, so I'll probably get chopped. But yeah, so generally kind of in. So Amazon has just informed me that my 17mm Allen is not even on the truck to be delivered. It's supposed to be here the latest in 10 minutes on the revised delivery, so I'm going to have to shoot out to Flora Subaru and grab an Allen to get this whole back end off for my next plan for the end of the day. Okay, so if YouTube University has taught me right, I have scribed where this arm is now, undone this cover. The cover should come off, and then I can tap this arm and it'll do a God Almighty ping down. Now I want to lower the rear of the car slightly, so it should be easier to put back on, as there'll be less tension on the arm when it's at that position, if that makes any sense. Aha, she pinged. Good stuff. And then I have the last branch. Oh, coming up underneath. Actually grew thinner to get through the arm. Insane. Now on YouTube University, once it got to this point, everything was very compliant. So in theory, this should come out now. Doesn't seem to be the case. So this one came off, stuck on the end. So I'm completely in no man's land. Now, whatever. Okay, how heavy is this now? Okay. I like how light this is. Okay, here goes. No idea how this is gonna go. This is the idea I have though. I reckon that beam is probably the best to lean it on. Nail. Huh. This feels really precarious. Note to self, don't think the smaller size will do. But, okay, I guess I'm getting the bigger tub tomorrow. And we'll go and do some modifications and stuff on the body. God, I'm gutted. It'll be easier to lift it up and put it in a different box though, so that's something at least. I think the idea of the electrolysis is sound. Execution was a fail this time, but you live and learn. So we have it a lot more held for the night. We'll go and get a bigger tub tomorrow morning and then start the experiment again. I kind of wanted it on overnight tonight, but I am done. Just want this so, you know, clean. Cleaner than I can get it with a wire wheel. Don't know why. Just have a thing about it. So I guess we'll be doing some body stuff tomorrow. Yeah. God, I'm exhausted. Yesterday, after you saw the calamity of me trying to get it in the smaller box, which then broke and leaked everywhere, I got a bigger box today. But with it being submerged in water just for a little while, it's very interesting. It made that Osfo etch more, which I didn't expect. And that's what it's supposed to do. So yes, so we shall fill this water now. I put pieces of wood so that the edges of the bottom of the beam mount won't pierce the plastic. I only did it after it had been in there for about an hour, so let's hope it didn't pierce it already. Ladies and gentlemen, it has started. So we have the battery charger into the mains. Battery charge is the battery so it doesn't run out of juice. And then we have jumper leads from the battery to the piece and the sacrificial. So we've got the negative from the battery going to the floor pan, and we have the positive from the battery going to the piece that's going to be getting really, really rusty. And it's already starting to, I've literally just switched it on, and we can see action starting to take place. Okay, so we've got, this is what, a 50 gallon? I really hope this doesn't split or something like that. Definitely looks like it's stressing. It's going to be very watery in here if it does. Everything is lifted as much as I can off the floor. I kind of think it may need lifting more. My faith in this tub staying together is lessening by the second. But, well, I guess we shall see. So, yeah. Let's check back in a few hours. I want to say we put this on about 3 p.m. yesterday afternoon. It's now 5:30 in the morning. She's still crackling. Still crackling away. So probably start to empty this tub out around 9, 10 o'clock, and we shall see. We are done. Nobody died overnight, which is great. This just about held itself together and definitely got something going on. So I've not really streamlined a drainage solution for this situation. So I guess we're on a bucket for now. Let's see how much action little Miss Sacrificed got. A lot. Yeah, well, it's come from somewhere. It's all scrapable, so I just scraped all that crud off. Just it's like a layer. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna hit it with a wire wheel to see how much it's eaten in. Very intrigued. Okay, well, some stuff has definitely come off. The rat poo seems to have stayed. Disappointing. Okay, so we've got to get it out now, and then possibly a scrape and a power wash, maybe. We got metal. We have clean metal. So that was the goal. And it's in a lot better condition than I thought, actually. I thought, see, we've got clean metal there. So that's good. So I guess I'll wire wheel it now. So we have got some fairly heavy pitting like I thought, but nothing that I'm worried about. It's all come out great. So I'll hit it with some Ospo now to get the reaction going on that. I've never painted Ospo on, so I'll give it a really light dusting, spraying. And then I got a bunch of these foam brushes off Amazon and then kind of brushed it on. That's the best I've had OSFO work. We are what I think you would call golden. Very happy. This is so messy. Hello, goodbye.
Hello, goodbye.
Where are you going?
Target.
Okay.
Medicine.
Okay. It's kind of crazy. We got, so like a wire wheeled that so it was completely silver, and yeah, you put the OSFO on it and it still finds rust in the pits. There was no orange there at all. So yeah, so that is that. So I think we will flip it back over and start to clean the edge on the top that the floor pans are going to go on.